You are an embodied reflection of Source. You are thus infinitely empowered, abundant, and a co-creator with your context always. You are an alchemist. Divination works because the web of life is intelligently organized with coordinated and storied agency. Let's take a look at the stories playing out now. Hi everyone. So pardon this reclined posture I'm in right now. I'm actually in the midst of doing the September Alchemy Scopes, and I'm quite fatigued, and I need to record this intro for you. So I thought, well, I might as well just do it right now. So hopefully you'll be okay with me reclining and speaking to you. Listen, there's a lot going on. As if you've been following me, you know, it's all coming. Everybody's talking about it now too. So people are clued in, you're feeling it, right? And a lot of my clients are diving. So through the narratives, their wound stories that they hold, that's part of their encoded soul print, their narrative here to mature, grow, expand, and move through in this life. But actually, you doing it is actually for the collective, right? So when we heal the whole inherently, instantaneously. That's just how it works. But a lot of people are now diving, so they're confronting. They've healed. They've done a lot of healing, and they're now diving into their bigger story. And it's the beginning. It really is like, walking on new legs for a lot of us, right? So there's a lot going on. And the reason why I wanted to say that is because, listen, for this month, many of the signs, spreads that came up are talking about further discernment that's going on. So for a lot of people out there, a lot of demographics, because again, we're tuning into the demographics, right, of these different signs, which have different energy sets, different broad storylines that they're evolving, maturing, walking, right? The deal is that this month, spread after spread, was revealing that indeed this month of September, and again, we're in eclipse season. So for those of you who follow any astrology whatsoever, you know that we're in eclipse season now, and September is imbued with the eclipse energy, which is powerful, it's potent, it's change making, it's new potential being activated, right? Now, many of the sign spreads this month did in fact come up that were, there's stuff coming up, but it's different. It's different than in previous months because it's like there's a new layer of the veil being removed. There's new crumbling happening. There's a new level of illusion of our life, of our beliefs around our life that's melting away, that's dissolving, that's cracking, that's breaking. It's being disrupted. And that disruption is creating clarity. That's what it's all for. So anything that is not held in integrity, it's a bit like the Tower card in the tarot, but I'm not saying that everybody's going to be living through the Tower. In fact, a lot of people are going to be living in a new state of empowerment and self-love and self-respect and self-dignity and resolution to walk your path. So this is not a negative month, but for those of you out there that are maybe just starting your spiritual journey and have not been walking the path for many years, you're going to have some crumbling going on. For those of you that have been walking the path and that are familiar with what's going on and you've been really feeling into the transmutation of your soul, of yourself, the frequency shift that's been activated going on for you for years now, this is just going to be another level of your clarity, of your alignment. So there's big alignment this month, everybody, okay? So breathe, connect with nature, connect with your body, turn off technology, love yourself radically. Reach out to me. If you are ready to become clear on your soul print, reach out to me. I will tell you that I am very excited because I am going to be launching a course, Learn Your Soul Print course, that's going to be very affordable. I've been really called to make this thing very participatory, so people are very key to the identification of their own soul print narratives. But I'm going to walk you through it in video, in a video course format, and then there's going to be live sessions available for you. So I'm thrilled. Look, in fact, what I would say to you is, if you're interested in this right now, number one, you want to subscribe to the channel. Number two, subscribe to my free e-newsletter on my website as well, because I'm going to send out an announcement when it launches there. And my website is thealchemyofholism.com. Okay, so let's move on to the reading. Let's move on to the Alchemy Scope, the multi-point Alchemy Scope this month, and we'll see what's coming up. Okay, talk to you soon. Everyone, this is a powerful month ahead for several reasons. One is, let's take a look at the new moon cycle. So as I always do, the Alchemy Scopes are always working with nature's cycles, and I'm always tapping into the narrative, the symbology. What is the storyline that is imbuing the underpinning energies of this month ahead? Now, our new moon in Virgo this month is happening actually on the first day of the month. So September 1st, 2016, at 9 degrees, 21 minutes Virgo is our new moon. Now, new moons are always powerful because it's a seeding time. It's a time to plant seeds for what you want to make manifest. This particular new moon is also a solar eclipse, so it's extra potent. It's very powerful, and it will eclipse things out of your life. So as you plant new seeds for yourself, the things that are not serving those new seeds to come will be eclipsed out. So let's take a look at the symbology. Very, very powerful, everybody. At this 9 degree, 21 minute point, the Sabian symbol is two heads looking out and beyond the shadows. Now, Dane Rudyard writes this about this particular symbol. He says, the growth of true understanding, born out of the transcendence of duality, even while immersed in the world of duality. And we can feel into that very easily. So if you imagine two heads looking out and beyond the shadows, this is clarity. This is the ability to see. It's ability to see here and there, both. So this month, as Mercury goes retrograde, the entirety essentially of this month, or the majority of September, here we are met and supported with this symbol. Indeed, this is a month of clarity, of deep clarity, of seeing the spiritual realities despite our context. So even though we're dealing with the minutia of daily life and this physical reality that we're all trudging through, there is a clarity at hand. You're able to see clearly your own life, the patterns deeper under the layers of your own life, and that of the outside world, quote unquote, outside world. Okay, so very powerful month. And again, Mercury is retrograde. So that again speaks to the mind now is going through a process of inner reflection. And indeed, it's about recalibration. So this month, for all of us, this is a storyline about recalibrating our mind's stories. Libra, welcome to your spread. So as you can see here, I have this, what's called a Buddha board, and I'm going to channel some art for you here. Before I turned on the camera, I kind of tapped into the board and the initial form that wanted to come, and then I turned the camera on and I'm proceeding here. That's like a horizontal line there is like a horizon line. That's supposed to be grass there that's wanting to come up. There's a development of clouds that you can see kind of in the sky in the background. And then the initial shape that came was this big squiggle line. And then a spiraling there within the squiggle line. and it comes down. So that big storm is essentially coming down and it's hitting the ground there. Now we're going to come to the cards. I've already shuffled the cards. Before I started doing the art, I shuffled and cut the cards and I set them aside. So here, let's get to the cards. So we're pulling these out. We pull up insisting in the spiritual sector, bliss in the foundational sector, deception in the emotional sector, divination up in the mental sector, and then important at the center. So down at the bottom, it's bliss, lesson, spouse. Up in the mental sector, it's divination, more, know, investigate. And that's it. So you'll see the camera pull back here. Let's go ahead and talk about the spread, and then we'll talk about the artwork that came up, Libra. So the center message for you, this is, whenever I pull the spread for you, I always am asking, first of all, this is intended for the Libra demographic. So what is the unfolding storyline for the Libra's growth and evolution in a very general demographic category? What is the general narrative that's unfolding for your growth? At the center for you over the course of this dynamic September 2016 timeframe, you are going through something where something very important and actually critical, that feels critical for you, is unfolding for you this month. It has to do with an emotional deception. So either you have felt emotionally deceived, or you by another, or you have been emotionally deceived by yourself. So it's very important. There is a realization that you come to this month that's important. It does have to do, so if we look at the bottom of the spread, Libra, bliss, lesson, spouse, partner. You can't see, but at the bottom of that spouse card is the word partner. So this has to either do with a love partner or a business partner. And there is a lesson that you're currently going through in the month of September that has to do with happiness, okay? How happy are you in the partnership? How happy are they in the partnership? But there is a level of deception that's at play, and there's almost an insistence on a level of deception. Now, the deception card, especially in a partnership reading, can mean an affair. So if this is a love partnership and not a business partnership, this could mean that one of you wants to go out on the other. But there's an insistence to do so. So one or both of you are insisting to actually make that move. And it's interesting because in the mental sector, you see the divination card, more, know, and investigation. Now, this could mean one of two things for you. Either mentally, you are denying your spiritual connection to your higher self, and you are refusing to go there, and you're going to investigate the deception anyway. You're going to proceed with your life lesson anyway, which is perfectly fine and very valid, by the way. Or you're refusing to investigate, so there's a no investigation that you're planning to proceed with regard to a potential deception. Now, if this is a love relationship, if this is a spouse partner that's a love relationship, this could be an affair. If it's a business partner that this is talking about, or some sort of a creative partnership, so some sort of business arrangement or a business partnership, the deception could be, and I have to say this came up for another sign as well, it could be that there's almost a lack of integrity with the partnership. So there again, it has to do with happiness. So how happy are you with that person? And it's almost like there is another thread or another relationship, another partnership that either wants to fulfill that void or the perceived void in the business or in the love relationship. So let's move to the artwork. Now you can see that the artwork's faded out a little bit, but remember it was a horizontal line, so we were looking at the horizon line with ground and grass. Up above were clouds, what looked like storm clouds, and then there was that spiraled funnel. It was a vortex. It was like a storm cloud, a tornado that was indeed spiraling down and touching the earth. There is something that occurs this month that is going to feel important, and you are going to be awoken out of a self-deception, or you're going to be made aware of a deception going on in your reality. Okay, so now let's move on to your I Ching and your Dakini. All right. So interestingly, the I Ching for you. So when I tap into the spread, we're looking at the event, circumstance, or situation that is coming up to evolve your demographic storyline, the narrative for Libras. When we look at the I Ching, we're looking at the narrative underpinning that. So underpinning your event, what is your microcycle? So on a very general level for Libras, what's the theme of energy that's unfolding? There is attention to detail. Number 62, attention to detail, is the I Ching that came up for you. And it came up with no changing lines, this hexagram. So attention to detail is about ambitious undertakings are not in order, but attention to small matters brings good progress. So this is about attending to the small matters and not attending to the big things. So it could mean that for you, the topic of bliss in the partnership is an important lesson for you this month, and one that you need to attend to. So attention to detail needs to go into the quality of your life, of your partnership, whether business or love. So it is important for you this month to attend to the details of whatever deception is playing out. Now keep in mind, we are in an ever-spinning, evolving story collectively of truth-telling. Everything is becoming clear. We're seeing truth where previously there were veils and walls we couldn't see before. Now we're seeing very clearly what the truth underlying corporate motives and government systems and all kinds of things going on, right? So for you, it's the same. There is some deception that's becoming clear for you during this very, very dynamic month. So if we look at the Dakini, who are you to become? The Queen of Heaven. Now, number 5, Queen of Heaven. Number 1, 5, the number 5, inherently has to do with change and also creativity. But it has to do with change, shift, and going with the flow of that speed, of that freedom, because it's also freedom. So there's shift, there's change, there's creative emergence, and thus there's a freedom of structure, of process, right? For you, 5 is occurring this month. There is something important that's a clarifying event for you. And indeed, that storm cloud that we saw earlier, that vortex of energy, is coming down and touching land for you. There is a clarity that comes to be. For you to activate and become Queen of Heaven, to ride this wave optimally, is asking for you to own, realize and own your inner solar power. Because the Queen of Heaven is like the masculine sun gods, but she's in feminine form here. So this is about realizing your own inner power and your own inner light. Let things become clear and be focused. Emanate your light on any shadows that have been locked in dark corners or in closets. This is a time for you to wake up and get clear, Libra. There is something here that is wanting you to see it. So be Queen of Heaven, be the sun, let the light into the dark crevices of your psyche, of your shadow. That's what's wanting to come for you this month. There is clarity at hand, but for you to activate it and really ride the wave of your evolution, you must become Queen of Heaven. Okay, let's move on. Hey everyone. So before I sign off for this month, I wanted to alert all of you that haven't seen my previous advertisement video that I have some offerings on the table, some tools to help clarify what's happening for you, for your soul journey over the course of this very dynamic period. So for the fall 2016, there's an offering for me to provide you a video tapping into your particular soul journey and what's unfolding for you. And there's also, I'm putting on the table now, way in advance of 2017, but for those interested in tapping into their 2017 cycle, that is also on the table now. And I will tell you that what I didn't put in the other video is right now it's at a discounted rate because it's before 2017. But once 2017 hits, or maybe even at the end of December, I don't know when I'll do it, but the price will go up. But you have many months. But I will say, for anybody now who's interested, that's on offer. And then for anybody interested in tapping into both 2016 fall and the 2017 year for them, for what's unfolding, for what is the narrative and what's the growth edge? What is it that's pulling you into a new state of being over the course of this time frame in human history? There's a special deal for both of those. Okay, so again, these are videos from me, personalized videos from me for you to help clarify what's going on in your storyline. So if you're interested in that, the link will be somehow here on the video, and the link will always be in the description below this video as well. Okay, so everybody, I'm wishing you a very empowering, self-loving, self-aligning month of September 2016. I'll see you soon. Bye.